What up, Raf leaders? Welcome back to my channel. This is the new AC Marriott Hotel at Ogle. Passing through this neck of the woods to see how far development has come. It is a Wednesday morning in June, the end of June. It's June 27, and this is the Ogle bypass road, the East Coast bypass road. Eventually will connect with the East Bank and bypass traffic into Georgetown. I covered this in the previous video and the ones that I just uploaded. Right, that's looking towards the north. That is looking towards the East Coast. All right, it's a cloudy morning, but it's good for me because it's not too hot. We live in the tropics, directly underneath the sun here in summer, so it could become really hot during the day, but it's not hot because it's the rainy season and it's cloudy. Now this is how far the AC Marriott Hotel has come. This low slung building in front, I suppose, is going to be their facilities center, their dining room, their gymnasium, and so on. Don't know if they're going to have a swimming pool, but I assume they will. But this is the entrance side. It's a side facing the East Bank bypass road, and I assume that eventually they're going to cut a path to enter the Ogle, the East Bank, to enter this hotel. In other words, the hotel entrance, I'm assuming this building, this part of it is the lobby, right at the front of the building. So there's going to eventually be a road connecting this highway, right, with the hotel just a few meters away. Now the crane is still up, so it seems as if they're still working on the roof. The building is still clad in that green fabric that is supposed to contain construction debris. And this is usually a reference. This is a culvert that is built just in front of the hotel. I guess they're going to have to open up the waterway again, because that culvert actually connects waterway on both sides of the highway. So this is what's happening here. Right, they're still building up the foundations of the road. But if you go into look in the distance, they've already constructed the 4 lanes, 2 heading south, 2 lanes heading south, 2 lanes heading north. And they've covered it with rock, with stone chips. All right, so that's already happened here. And where we are is standing in front of the AC Marriott Hotel. As you can see, there's nobody at work. I don't know, is it a holiday? Today is the 27th of June. So I'm not sure why nobody is on the job site. Usually when we come around here, even now, which is about 7 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, 6:30 maybe, there's usually some people on the site, but there's nobody here. But what we can see is that they have constructed the front portion of the building, the superstructure, right? So they're now enclosing it. I can't see behind the green fabric, but it seems as if they've already installed windows. All right, if you look closely, you can see the reflection of light behind the fabric. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but they started installing glass windows in the building. So it's a lot more progressed. There's a lot more progress behind the green fabric than is visible here with the naked eye. But this AC Marriott Hotel is meant to be a travel convenience for those travelers using the Ogle Airport and who might eventually need a place to stay while they're waiting for their connecting flights, or even if they're visiting Georgetown. This hotel is within close proximity to Georgetown in terms of distance. It's a good place if you're a business traveler to spend a week or two if you're doing business in the local area in Georgetown or in Berbice on the coast. So it's a good idea. It's one of now three Marriott hotels that are under construction. So there's another plane taking off from Ogle Airport nearby. Right, that plane is slightly larger. It looks like a regional jet. Or maybe it's a turboprop. Anyway, so this hotel is still within good commuting distance with Georgetown and the local area, and it's one of three Marriott hotels. We've seen in recent times the Georgetown Marriott, which the government has put up for sale. I think the reserve is $85 million. Some people are informing me that the person who bid $91 million died. I'm not aware of that, but I'm always grateful for information. This is not a combat sport, right? I'm simply just keeping each other abreast of what's happening in Guyana. For those of you who are living abroad, I'm basically providing you with my opinion and my up-to-date version of what is happening in Guyana. So if you have more up-to-date information than me and it can be verified to be true, I'm quite happy to include it, right? So leave it in the comments below. But this is not about your party versus my party, which is always funny and ridiculous to me because I don't really have a political party. Regardless of how you view the world, I don't see it in the same way. So we're simply talking about development in Guyana, and this is in fact a very good idea to build a hotel at this location. It's one of three Marriott hotels. The Marriott in Georgetown is for sale. This one, AC Marriott, is under construction and will be completed, I guess, by the end of the year or maybe in 2025. The Marriott Hotel, that's the Courtyard Marriott in Timehri, is also one of the three Marriott hotels now in Georgetown, in Guyana, using the Marriott brand, and that one should be completed soon. I'm probably going to give you an update on that hotel sometime later on this month, maybe next week, maybe later on this week to the weekend, maybe Saturday. But this is what is happening, right? These three hotels representing the Marriott brand are under construction. This one being the AC Marriott at Ogle. There are a number of other hotels. The King's Hotel, I'm going to bring you an update on that one probably later on today or tomorrow. The King's Hotel is located in Georgetown, Quamina Street and Waterloo Street. It's replacing an old hotel that used to be at that location. There's the new Aden by Best Western, which I've shown you a fair amount of updated videos on recently, video updates on recently. And there are a number of other hotels being constructed around the country, some of which are not as massive or don't have the brand names, but we'll cover some of those as time goes by, right? Just to show you, if you're living abroad, the kind of changes. At the same time, we're contending with attitudes that haven't changed. Attitudes on the road, for example. I showed you in the previous video how people in Guyana still park on the sidewalks, and in order to change that habit, we now have to build barriers, physical barriers, to prevent cars from driving up onto the sidewalk. It would be better if we had a more disciplined society, but that is the reality. And it's also one of the reasons why I don't drive in Guyana. For those of you who are wondering, I've actually made videos in the past about how to purchase a car, how to purchase a vehicle. I actually decided not to use that route immediately, because I'm going to give you some updates on my views on traffic and driving in Guyana. It's for safety, but it has to do with whether you're a business, you own a business.
Distance 7 miles. Duration 2 hours 11 minutes 9 seconds. Pace 33 minutes 12 seconds per mile.
Yes, I'm going to give you an update on my current view of owning vehicles in Guyana, based on whether it's a business, you're purchasing vehicles for your business or for personal use, and what's the best way and safest way to commute around the country. It's also the reason why I'm proposing, or I'm always talking about building train lines, because one of the ways to get rid of the traffic congestion and to avoid the poor behavior of road users in Guyana is to build alternative transportation, so that people who don't want to be on the road can actually use an alternative, a ferry or a train or a tram or something else, right? So that is part of the development too, and it's unfortunately something that is not being done by the current administration. It's not being part of the focus, but it's something we ought to do. We ought to be building train line networks as well as road networks, and I'm going to discuss that in future videos. But that's it, guys. That's what's happening here at the Marriott Hotel. Ogle Airport is busy this morning. There's another aircraft taking off from Ogle. This one is a propeller, single engine propeller aircraft. If you want to see more content like this on the development in Guyana, showing you how rapidly this economy is growing, one of the fastest growing economies in the world at about 50% per annum, share this video, click like and subscribe. Let people know what's happening here in Ogle at the AC Marriott in Guyana. Later!